Coach, congratulations on the victory tonight. You gave us a good one. Tell us a little bit about your opening thoughts.
The expression survive in advance, I've never used that, but I think I'm going to use it today. I kind of feel that way. And, didn't quite go as planned, but I am really glad to win the game. I think we won or moving on, and I'm glad, and these guys are playing hard. But I think the most impressive part of the game I thought was Glenville today. I thought they really picked it up because I was there when we beat them by 40 at home and 40 on the road, and they come into the game like their intention was to win the basketball game. And they played defense with an enthusiasm sometimes you don't see in some teams in that situation. So a lot of credit to Glenville State College. I just thought they played really good, played hard on the defensive end. Credit to them. I'm glad that we moved on. We made a few shots down the stretch, made our free throws down the stretch, got the one stop when we needed, and now we're in the semifinals.
Questions?
Mike, how difficult is it in the sense that because of the success that you guys have had as a program, you look at the statistics I was looking at earlier today, you guys are always the biggest crowd whenever you go on the road. I mean, you were the biggest crowd by far here tonight. You're just expected to have your A game every night, but realistically, that's not possible.
I mean, you just take each game one at a time. Yeah, we've been in a lot of big crowds here with the teams we faced on the road, and we're kind of used to the hostile environments when the fans aren't cheering for us. So sometimes the ball goes in the hoop and you score 100 and some points, and sometimes in games like today where it's going to go down the wire, you just have to take it possession for possession. And it was nice to see the team pull out a victory today.
Seeger, what's the difference between last year and this year against Glenville?
Well, last year they had a lot of like Dante Morales and Williams. But I think our defense has gotten better as a unit since last year. We still have room to improve. Like, we got to be consistent. Like, we got to have defense that can play against Wheeling, every game, which is hard, but we can do it. And I think that's the main difference in defense.
You personally, 4 points last year against Glenville, right?
Yeah.
Then 32 today?
Probably just, I don't know, I was just trying to be aggressive. Got to the foul line some, but I mean, we were spaced out. David, Devin, Brady. I mean, all my shots usually come off someone passing, so we were just moving well tonight.
Jim, the decision to bring Seaver back with 4 fouls with about 11 and a half to go, how long did you have to think about that one?
Not too long. Obviously I have a different philosophy than most coaches. Seeger's a really good player. He's an All-American player. And I want to get, the more minutes he's on the court, the better off we are. And if I would have held him until 9 minutes, he would have only played 9 in the last second half there. I played him with 12, he played 12. And they're going to get a foul when they get a foul. What I'm usually famous for, I guess, with the fouling is, if a guy's in foul trouble early, you're never going to see him finish the game. I'll hold him out the rest of the first half and with the second half, and also in the game, they still have 2 fouls or 3 fouls. And you think, wait a second, these guys, he could have played more. So I maximized it, and I thought we needed him on the court. I did not want to go into the last 5 or 6 minutes of the game, throwing the game, and all of a sudden we're down 7, and say, okay, Seeger brings back and win the game now. We need him in the game. He offensively, and a lot of stuff was going through him tonight, and I thought we needed him on the floor. I put him, I think, back with, 12 and a half minutes maybe. If I thought I needed him 13 and a half, we'd have gone with 13 and a half. In that situation, the guy with 4, I may pull him for a few defensive possessions if I get an opportunity. But I play guys in foul trouble, always have.
Zach, Coach mentioned about, you guys beat them pretty badly the 2 times during the regular season. And not just this year, but in years past too, they give you trouble down there, legitimate trouble. What did they change for tonight's game that you maybe didn't see in the first 2 matchups?
I mean, it's always hard to beat a team 3 times in a year. And we knew what to expect, we knew how they were going to play, and they didn't really change a whole lot. They just played with more intensity and meant more to them. So they came out, it's tournament time, they had nothing to lose, so they played like it. They just played hard, they wanted it. I think it is a little more different than the first 2 times. They just played a lot harder on defense. Offense, they made shots which transitioned to them playing harder on defense because it was a good game, unlike the first 2. But it's that time of the year, everyone wants to win.
one of the biggest difference between the last time we played them, their leading rebounder didn't play. Their leading assist guy didn't play. Their leading shot blocker didn't play. The guy who's 16 points a game didn't play. Now, it's all the same guy. But it makes a big difference because he's the guy. And if you didn't see in the second half, he was the guy in the second half. He's a very cohesive player. He plays within himself and still puts up those kind of numbers. So he made a big difference. It's hard to say he made 40 points difference, but he made a huge difference being back on the floor.
Is there some thought, and not to put you on the spot or anything, but when you put somebody back in the four fouls or whatever, the officials are aware of how many fouls they have, and he's got to.
Can only hope so.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I might have reminded him of that. I don't know.
Well, seriously.
I can only hope so, and I don't think I don't think we got any favors. Haven't got any favors, in that situation before.
No.
But I think people talk about, geez, do they want to foul a guy who's an all-conference player out? I think they will. I think that's left to the NBA officials with the Kobe Bryant era and stuff. That's a different world there. Here, I don't think they're going to get a favor call. I have my fingers crossed that they wouldn't call cheating on him anyway.
Seeger, maybe 2 years ago, would you have been able to have a game like this with the way Glendale was approaching you as far as the three-point line? Because it just seems like, you get all this acknowledgement for your three-point shooting, rightfully so. But these last couple of years, your game has developed to the point where you don't have to score that way. You can score other ways.
Yeah, definitely. After the national championship game sophomore year, I told myself I need to be a better player. I need to just not rely on just camping on the three. And that's what I did. I just worked hard, worked on my skills, trying to get to the hoop, finishing, and I have pretty good teammates too for it.
Was there ever a point, Seeger, where you thought you guys might be in trouble? Because I know at one point there, you scored 14 in a row for your team.
Yeah, I mean, the second half when it's a close ball game, yeah, you got to think you're in trouble, but I think that helps us, heightens our senses, you could say, brings out the best in us. So just got to step it up defensively, offensively, just your whole game just has to step up.
Mike, before games, how much time do you spend on your hair? I was going to wait till afterward, but I thought, I'm a very impatient person.
5 minutes, no more than that.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Anything else, guys? Thanks, congratulations.
Thank you.